I am Johnny Massacre and welcome to the Johnny Massacre Show. This is the Monday Night Massacre. On tonight's show, Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter. Who is fucking with me? Give me a hell yeah! So this is just my personal opinion, but really all signs do point towards Elon Musk buying Twitter. Musk is not joining the board of directors on Twitter after all. You all know he bought a 9% stake in Twitter costing around $3 billion. And part of that deal means he's going to go on the board. Well, according to CNBC, Musk's decision not to join the board means he's no longer limited to owning just 14.9% of the company. Twitter must deal with a wildcard investor that already owns 9% of the company and now has the resources to buy the remaining 91%. So over the weekend, Elon Musk did loads of tweets and a bunch of them have been deleted, and he's up to his old tricks and he's basically kind of dissing Twitter. And after that happened, the CEO of Twitter, Parag Agrawal, the guy who took over from Jack Dorsey, posted this really long corporate tweet. It was full of political language, was really wordy, and was just like a typical faceless corporation statement made by various lawyers. And he basically said, yeah, we talked with Musk, and you know what, mate, he's not going to join the board after all. And then at the end of the tweet, the CEO of Twitter, Agrawal, you can see it here, he said, there will be distractions ahead. So this doesn't sound like an amicable, friendly relationship at all. When Musk bought Twitter and he exchanged a few pleasantries with CEO Parag Agrawal, I thought, well, this all seems rather nice, doesn't it? And corporate, it seems like any two businesses partnering or two entities partnering where they're going to say the right things for the press release. But really, come on now. Elon Musk is so ideologically opposed to woke Twitter. How long is it going to take for this relationship to fall apart? The answer is not long at all. So the technical details of this were released by The Guardian. They said Musk filed something known as a Schedule 13G, whatever the fuck that is, with the US Securities and Exchange Commission. And that apparently is for passive investors who are not preparing to shake up the business in question. So that was what Musk was planning to do. He wasn't going to shake anything up. He kind of made his intentions clear that he thought Twitter was too woke and didn't respect America's free speech principles. But he bought his 9%. He was going to accept his role on the board, which basically means he can't actually buy the rest of the company, and he can't ram through his own itinerary, for want of a better expression, his own style on Twitter. But the very next day, according to The Guardian, this is breaking news, Musk refiled his 13G schedule as a 13D schedule. And what is a 13D schedule? Well, apparently it's for investors who intend to take an active role. So yes, it is official. Musk is trying to actively change Twitter. As a board member, his stake would have been capped at 49%, but not anymore since he refiled the 13D. So there you go. This is fucking huge news. And in my opinion, I think Musk had a meeting with Twitter. He made his intentions clear about what he wants to do with the company. And I think they told him to stop tweeting because he kept on criticizing the company, and board members openly criticizing the company isn't something you really do. Now, if Musk really wanted to make this into a huge company and make money, do you think he'd keep dissing the company publicly? I don't think so. I think he'd get his head down and make private changes. But the fact that he openly said Twitter is anti-free speech, it's kind of like saying, I will never commit suicide when the Clintons are after you. He wants people to know his intentions so that people can't try to change the narrative and basically cheat him for what he wants to do, which is basically change Twitter into a true free speech platform and not a radical leftist echo chamber. Now, Dan Ives is the managing director of US investment firm Wedbush Securities, and he said there's a high likelihood that Elon would take a more hostile stance towards Twitter and build his stake further. Guess what though? Elon Musk is not the biggest shareholder in Twitter anymore. There's a new biggest shareholder. It is the company that Dr. Malone talked about on the Joe Rogan podcast, who owns everything, including the mainstream media, big tech, and the vaccine companies. He's the guy who made it clear why big tech and the mainstream media are so pro-vaccine because the people who own those companies also own the vaccine. Well, guess what? The company who owns all of that shit, Vanguard, has now become Twitter's biggest shareholder with a 10.3% stake, eclipsing Elon Musk and ending Musk's brief reign as the biggest investor, although Musk does remain as the largest individual shareholder. So in my opinion, Musk is taking over. Elon Musk obviously isn't doing this for money. There's a million and one other things Musk could do for money, and he has more money than he would ever fucking need. And when people have that much money, they start looking for other things in order to satisfy themselves. And if this were just about money, Elon Musk might stay at 9%. Why not? And then he'll cash out. But the fact that Elon Musk spends all of his time trying to win the culture war, right? He popularized Dogecoin and made that a huge meme. Elon Musk posts memes all the time on Twitter. He has 80 million followers, and he openly acknowledges that memes are the lifeblood of the internet. He's obsessed with memes. He made that flamethrower just for headlines that went viral. He went on the Joe Rogan show, one of the main players in the culture war. He smoked a spliff on Joe Rogan. Elon Musk is forever doing things in order to win the culture war. And it seems to me that is the main thing that drives him. That's why I'm talking about him on this show, because he loves being the center of attention in the culture war. And Twitter shapes the culture war. So do you really think Elon Musk is buying Twitter as a business decision when he has more money than ever? No, he's buying it for other reasons. And if I am right, he's doing it to make a cultural change. You can't do that with 9%. You need to own all of it until the point you can make sweeping changes. And Musk has always expressed his discontent with wokeness and all that kind of stuff. Twitter is the ultimate woke website, the blue bird of doom, as I like to call it. I should just made that up now, but it is a very woke website. And so it just makes sense that Elon Musk would continue the pattern of being a face in the culture war by taking over one of the main creators and curators and filters of culture, Twitter. So, do you think Elon Musk just woke up one morning and thought, I'll just buy Twitter, not sure what I'm going to do with it? This man, he's the biggest planner in the fucking universe. He's planning to go to Mars. There's no greater scheme than that. And his meticulous planning enables rockets to take off and fucking land again. So you don't think that same level of meticulous planning that Musk applied to SpaceX and creating the largest electric vehicle company known to man that is predicated upon safety isn't going to have a proper meticulous plan with Twitter? He obviously is planning to take over the whole thing. Obviously. The guy is going to Mars. Do you think he makes a rocket ship to go halfway to the moon? No, he goes all the fucking way and then some. You think he buys 9% of Twitter just to sit on the board of directors and do nothing when he bought the whole thing because he said Twitter is a threat to free speech and he's all about winning the culture war? No, he's gonna go all the way and he's gonna buy 100%, in my opinion. The reason for this, as I've already said, is the locus of this purchase is Twitter not being a free speech platform. It's not about money. People with that much money look for other ways for meaning and purpose, and for him it's culture, and Twitter represents a massive chunk of the culture. What do you think? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm way off the mark? Do you think I'm making a clickbait title? Honestly, when Musk first said he was going on the board of directors and he only could have 14.9% cap until 2024, I thought something feels wrong there. I obviously thought he was going to take over it, and I don't know a lot about economics and I don't know anything about corporate law, but I felt that with as much money as Musk has, the richest man in the world, there's obviously a way around this 14.9% cap. And I was just sitting here waiting to find out what it was. And I thought it might take a few months, maybe even half a year. Within a week, Musk has come out, found a way around the 14.9%. He made his intentions clear publicly about what he wanted to do on Twitter, using their own technology against them. Once it's on the internet, it's forever. Now they can't change the narrative. Most people agree with Musk and the changes he wants to implement into Twitter, proved by the fact their shares exploded once he announced what he intended to do with Twitter. And then obviously they weren't going to bend the knee to Elon Musk. Do you really think the woke wankers at Twitter are going to go along with non-woke Elon Musk? And so then Elon Musk obviously, he decided it's time not to play nice anymore, motherfucker. I'm going to take over your whole company. Now, the only thing stopping him buying the whole company is time. And as you've seen, Vanguard have already taken a bigger share than Elon Musk. The narrative is so important, especially when you got to sell lots of vaccines and you have political aspirations like Vanguard obviously do. And so Vanguard have taken a move against Elon Musk, and now time is limited. If Musk waits around, he might lose his chance and the rest of the shares might be taken by a cartel to prevent it from taking over. So I think this is happening this year. I think it's going to happen in 2022. Please let me know if you agree or not in the comments below. As long as your comments are well-meaning and respectful, I will respond to them. I am Johnny Massacre, and if you're just joining us, we're discussing Elon Musk taking over the whole of Twitter. But if you've been watching from the beginning, stop your grinning and drop your linen. Donate some cash and let's keep winning. Streamlabs.com/Johnny Massacre. The more you donate, the more of me you're going to get. We've made $222. Only 18 days to go to make $780. Click the donation link in the description box below. Streamlabs.com/Johnny Massacre. And please give generously. Keep this channel running. Fund the massacre. I've been Johnny Massacre, and I tell you what, mate, you better be back for the next episode. Otherwise, I'll be coming round your house. Please make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, because that is what all those other cunts tell you to do. Laters.